Welcome, everybody. This is Jim Lee from ClimateViewer News at ClimateViewer.com. Climate lockdowns, climate pandemics, climate this, climate that. I think you know where we're going tonight. I think I was one of the first to really nail this. March 15th, 2020. I kind of predicted all of this. So we're going to do some prognostications tonight. But let's just go back to March 15th of 2020 and check in at the Fear Porn Bunker.
Welcome, Climate Viewers. This is Jim Lee from ClimateViewer News at ClimateViewer.com with your coronavirus update. My God, people are getting crazy out there. I'm reporting live from the coronavirus bunker where I'm in self-quarantine from all the mass hysteria and fear porn. So what I want to do today is kind of update you on the situation, get some real facts, some numbers, go over a couple maps, and let's take a look at the big picture of what's going on with the coronavirus craze and all of the fear porn associated with it. Everything you're about to see is free.
So yeah, that was me. That was me in the Fear Porn Bunker. And for those who don't remember, in March 15th, 2020, this is when Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer were literally down in Chinatown saying, there's nothing to worry about. Everybody's safe. Don't be scared of the Chinese people. They weren't wearing masks. Fauci was still saying, we don't need masks. I was masked head to toe, like literally going, let me go ahead and tell you what's going to happen. And, this video is not in the details. It's on my YouTube channel. I'll drop it in chat for you guys to watch later. But you go and you look at what I said in 2020, in March of 2020, and I predicted everything. I predicted that there would be a vaccine rollout. I predicted, all of the hysteria and the mass control mechanisms that would be rolled out. I predicted that people would fall in line so quickly. I hate being right about it, but people are predictable. And when faced with an external threat, they just run to their government to save them. And it's really sad. I think that people learned a lot from that experience, but I kept it really simple in my argument. Every single year, we have a new flu virus. And every single year, they tell you, well, the flu virus from last year doesn't work as well as the one for, the strain that's out there this year. I said, so even if they come out with a, COVID vaccine, it will mutate. You will constantly be on it. So if you're cool with taking COVID vaccines for the rest of your life, go for it. And again, not a medical doctor. Trust, you talk with your medical doctor, you get your own advice. But I said, it's going to be the same thing. It's always going to be the same thing. Now, the really terrible part about all of this is that the technocrats at the New World Order technocrats at the think tanks and the Trilateral Bilderberger World Economic Forum, all of those guys literally got thrills up their legs at, how many people were so easily controlled by the pandemic and the lockdowns and everything. And many papers were written specifically about how they could use those same tactics for climate change. And now it is readily apparent that climate lockdowns, or what they're now calling climate pandemics, is here to stay, and it's only going to get crazier. But before we get to that, if you guys are watching this somewhere else, if somebody else has downloaded this video, because I I'm pretty cool with it. You know what I mean? People download my videos. Hell, I've seen my videos literally uploaded to Telegram channels. Come over to youtube.com at ClimateViewer. Hit that subscribe button, please. You know, I do this every Sunday, 6 p.m. You can be part of the live chat. I'm actually going to take some phone calls tonight if you guys want to, if we have time for that and people want to get into it. And, you know, it's Christmas time. There's no better time to support the channel because, you know, I'm a single, single breadwinner of the family who works 45 hours a week at a regular ass job. And I do this because I love what I do. So if you can PayPal, you know, right now it's Christmas time. All proceeds go directly to the family. And I'm telling you what, it is tight AF this year. So please consider that when you're watching my stuff. I do it all for free. So why are we even talking about this? You know, the climate pandemics. I mean, what the hell is that? And what the hell is One Health? Let's get into it. So this came across my desk. Thank you to the person who sent it my way. Slovakia rejects World Health Organization pandemic treaty. Okay. That in itself already, you know, strikes up some pretty interesting thoughts. But I'm gonna read just the important parts, I promise, because I want to get through a whole bunch of other things. Yeah, I saw Alex Jones is trending on X because apparently Elon let him back on, and the whole world collectively are losing their shit because Alex Jones is on Twitter/X again. Hilarious. You know, I don't have an opinion left or right about Alex Jones. He's been right many times. He's been wrong, you know, sometimes. And free speech, or there is only free speech or there is no speech. And I am with Elon on the idea of free speech absolutism. So, Slovakia will refuse to ratify a pandemic accord currently being prepared by the World Health Organization. Prime Minister Robert Fico announced this month. Fico made a pledge in a November 17th conference for members and delegates of the Slovenska Silencia Socialin. What? Brit, somebody help this southerner out. What the hell do that say right there? The smear party. Let's just put it that way. Bruh, I'm not even gonna try. Moving along. Which he chairs. Anyway, during his remarks, he said this: if someone had a different opinion on vaccination against COVID, they were dangerous for society, Fico told the over 400 conference attendees. The media wrote openly, I'm quoting now, that quote, everyone unvaccinated should squeal in pain like a pig. I didn't see that one, but damn, that's harsh. In addition, you should use police force if someone rejects, quote, the law of the needle, quote, end quote. And today it turns out that our free perspective on past vaccination and the government's measures to fight against COVID grossly violating human rights was correct and justified. One study after another confirms the scandalous consequences of mass vaccination with untested experimental vaccines. The Prime Minister also took aim at his predecessor, dude I'm not going to pronounce, for his response to COVID-19, which included meaningless purchases of vaccines, and suggested there will be an official inquiry. Yes, I can confirm as chairman of the party that I also confirm it is the Prime Minister that I will support the efforts of some politicians from the new government coalition to politically assess what was the government fooling around with between 2020 and 2021, and also have a look at the financial side of extensive, often completely meaningless purchases of medical devices and vaccines. And here's where it gets good. I also declare very clearly that SMER will not support strengthening the power of the World Health Organization at the expense of sovereign states in managing the fight against pandemics. FICO added that according to their constitution, signing a pandemic treaty would require consent of the National Council of the Slovak Republic, their legislative body. Quote, and I do not believe sovereign Slovak parties will express such approval. The SMER party and its MPs certainly won't. So what does this have to do with the bigger picture here? Here's where we get into the deep end of the pool. Negotiations began earlier this year with the WHO's pandemic treaty, which many fear requires member states to cede sovereignty to the World Health Organization in the event of a pandemic. The next rounds of negotiations will reportedly be held December 4th through 8th, and the final draft is expected to be presented in May of next year. But some analysts argue the pandemic does not demand a forfeiture of sovereignty. Its true purpose, rather, is to bind countries to One Health. Now, this was actually a new term to me. I had not heard of One Health. And when you see that One Health literally goes back to before the COVID pandemic, that's when it starts to get hella creepy. Yeah, One Hell, chat says. Good one. I like it. I like where you're going with that. The One Hell approach to healthcare dictates that climate change is a driving factor behind human health. You cannot make this up. This is really where they're coming from. Climate change is a driving factor behind human health. For example, warmer climates can fuel tick infestations and can bring with them deadly diseases like the Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever. Changing weather patterns can cause avian flu to spread. Therefore, the World Health Organization's One Health agenda states that because pandemic diseases are zoonotic and spread from animals to humans, human health must be looked at in the context of animals and the environment and what it's calling the human-animal environment interface. One Health, which has been highly endorsed by the World Economic Forum and the CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, would prioritize climate change over human health in some regard. If the climate is the chief determinant of all health of all living beings, all sacrifices for the climate can be justified. I did not choose the title ClimateViewer for no reason. I chose ClimateViewer.com over a decade ago because I saw this as the greatest threat coming for my children. And I was right. I was right on that right from the get-go. ClimateViewer, because guess what? We're going to have big freaking eyeballs viewing all this climate control. And by that, I don't mean controlling the weather. I mean controlling you. A zoonotic outbreak, therefore, could open the door for climate mandates like lockdowns and forced vaccinations to stop the spread. Indeed, the World Health Organization recently paired with the Rockefeller Foundation, nothing scary about that, to search for climate pandemics. It also partnered in June with the European Commission to develop international vaccine passports as drug makers call for, quote, climate vaccinations. Bro. Bro, all this is supported by One Health or One Hell. I'm going to stick with it, which is a cornerstone of the World Health Organization's pandemic treaty. Quote, the parties recognizing that the majority of emerging infectious diseases and pandemics are caused by zoonotic pathogens, commit to promote and implement a One Health approach that is coherent, integrated, coordinated, and collaborative among all relevant actors, with the application of existing instruments and initiatives, reads the accord. The treaty requires the governments to address the drivers of the emergence and reemergence of diseases at the human-animal environment interface, including but not limited to climate change, land use change, wildlife trade, desertification, and antimicrobial resistance. The agreement reiterates elsewhere that countries must commit to strengthen synergies with our other existing relevant instruments that address the drivers of pandemics such as climate change. Climate change, biodiversity loss, ecosystem degradation, and increased risk of human-animal environment interface due to human activities. Human-animal environment interface. Humans touching animals. Humans getting too close to animals. Humans, animals. I mean, bruh, this is insane. I mean, does anybody remember the monkeypox thing? And, I won't say anything else about that. But that's the kind of human-animal environment interface I'm, kind of concerned about. What about the human-animal environment interface going on in laboratories around the world? I mean, what about all these biosafety labs that are actively experimenting on weaponizing animal-based diseases? Not addressed here. All climate change. It's climate change. That's the reason. And you and your country better sign up, because once your country signs up, guess what? You think that 2020 was fun? Wait till the people who denied that the COVID originated in Wuhan, the World Health Organization, wait till they're in charge. Wait till everybody signs away your sovereignty to the United Nations World Health Organization. Sounds like a match made in heaven. Governments are required to coordinate One Health-based activities with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, the United Nations Environment Program, the World Organization for Animal Health, and which together form the One Health quadripartite. Quadripartite? Bro, that's a creepy word in and of itself. The list goes on. Links in the details. Read the stuff. Original statements down here. I don't like where this is going, especially when you consider what's called the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, which if you actually go to the CDC's website and you look at that, it's pretty hard to navigate. So another person hit me up with an email, and in that email they were like, hey, could you back this website up because it's invaluable? And I played with it for a little while, and I think you might enjoy it as well. So links in the details. Dude, this tab going to sleep thing is really starting to piss me off. I'm gonna have to disable it, because I had all of these up and was just waiting on them. Now I've actually got to wait for this thing to build an entire damn database again, which was actually pretty quick. Look at that. So what we have on the screen is This is vaccine awareness. Anyway, VAERSaware.com, and you can actually go through all the data yourself. And you can comb through these. There's all different types of way to sort the information by age, by category, all of that sort of stuff. But when you scroll down here, what you're going to notice is I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom real quick, and you look at the vaccination types and the adverse reactions. What do we see? They got like Aden, BCG, CEL. COVID-19 right off the chart. Massive amounts for that. And then by vaccine manufacturer, Moderna, Pfizer, BioNTech had the most. Protein Sciences Corporation, I don't even know what that is. Sanofi Pasteur, unknown manufacturers. So they're broken down by manufacturers. And then over here, they have another one by Vax name specifically. So this is a little treasure trove of, damn, this is creepy. You know, like, do you really want to risk it for the biscuit? But of course, the one hell policy would take that completely out of your ability. I don't need to remind you guys, like literally, you couldn't go to a bar, you couldn't go to a movie, you couldn't do anything without having your little card. You know, I work as a freaking security guard. One of the positions I was at was actually a health, company. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to be nondescript because, I don't want to lose my job. Then we'll really be in deep shit. But they required even the security staff to be vaccinated and boosted and boosted and boosted. So I had told, I looked at my boss. I said, look, you're going to have to change me because I'm not working here. I'm not doing that thing. It's just not for me. And they're like, oh, shut up. You should do it. It's worth it. It's worth it for the money. And I'm like, I would rather make less money somewhere else than be part of a massive effing experiment. Just saying. That's just me. But yeah, check out the data on that. Pretty fascinating stuff. Frontline news. Vaccine makers declare climate change public health crisis, July 2023. And Rockefeller Foundation partners with WHO to find climate pandemics, May 2023. And what do we got here? Oh, it's the World Health Organization back in August of 2022. What is the One Health approach, and how can it help preempt future pandemics? Good times. This is the CDC's webpage on One Health. And, they got a whole bunch of stuff. Basics, One Health in action stories, what we do, who we are. They even got a little infographic section where you could, print up some cool resource library, get yourself some One Health graphics, just download them. Zoonotic diseases spread between animals and people. You see the animals and people, this, it's the whole bat to human. But get yourself a cool graphic, I guess. All of it's hella creepy. What is One Health? It's an integrated, unifying approach to balance and optimize the health of people, blah, 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 from the World Health Organization page. List goes on. They have a One Health high-level expert panel. And then, co-chairs from South Africa and Germany. She's from Canada. And, of course, there's got to be somebody from the Chief Branch of Emerging Infectious Diseases, China CDC, People's Republic of China. So that really makes me want to trust, the One Health group they got going on here at the WHO. You got Russians on the right, you got Chinese on the left, and suddenly I'm not wanting to participate so much. Just saying. House of Commons, the WHO Pandemic Preparedness Treaty. June 2nd, 2023, copies on that. And of course, basically, they had a petition and 156,000 signatures on it to commit to not signing any international treaty on pandemic prevention and preparedness established by the WHO unless this is approved through a public referendum. So, at least in the UK, as far as I know, they had a public referendum vote on it. Let us know whether to sign this treaty or not. Really haven't gotten the outcome of that, but there it is, links in the details. From the WHO itself, Bureau's text on the WHO Convention, Agreement, or other international instrument on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. All the details on that. It's not good, people. It's not good. They're just ramping it up. They're trying to get bigger. So this is from March 2021. A potential framework convention for pandemic preparedness and response. What the world has seen over the past year, timing, why now, purpose, possible goals. The goals of a potential framework could include build preparedness and resilience to pandemics and other global health emergencies, support prevention, detection, and response of outbreaks and pandemic potential, ensure equitable, every time you hear that word, screech a little bit. Ensure equitable access to pandemic countermeasures. Anybody know what that means? Pandemic countermeasures? I think you know what that means. And support global coordination through a stronger World Health Organization. A stronger World Health Organization. Who here, let me know in the comments, wants a stronger World Health Organization? Not I, said the fly, with the bug in his eye. Possible key areas for actions to address based on identified gaps. National preparedness and response to strengthen and maintain national core IHR with the public health capacities so that they are functional when the health emergency occurs. Sustained, predictable funding to health emergency preparedness and response means sustained government money, your tax dollars, to Pfizer, Moderna. Any surprise there? World Economic Forum participants. It's pretty bad when I'm turning on, WNOK, which is like the local pop station. I live in Sumter, South Carolina, over in Columbia. It's the iHeartRadio call-in show brought to you by Pfizer. Like everything is brought to you by Pfizer lately. Because when the government funds your product and then mandates it, yeah, that's capitalism at work. Truly. So anyway, moving along. The thing I think about this the most is that it's scary as hell to me that they literally looked at, the terrible response to the COVID pandemic and the overreaction and the destruction of the economy and said, now let's use that as a model for tying this to climate change to force behavior. And that's what's coming down the pipe. That's the part that creeps me out. I've already talked, this channel, I talk a lot about geoengineering, weather control, all of that sort of thing. I honestly believe that this is not just tied to, controlling human resources, but the fear of climate lockdowns coupled with, hey, you can get out of your house and we can control these climate pandemics if you just allow us to do solar geoengineering. I see that writing on the wall between the climate clocks, which count down and end 2030, between all of the media pushing solar geoengineering as the last best hope, to now the one health approach to climate pandemics, everything is pointing towards legalization of solar geoengineering and government deployment in public, not on the slide, not by the CIA, not by the unmarked planes, literally in your face. You're paying for it. You asked for it. You got it. That's what scares me the most. So, on to the next extremely creepy topic. Just going to throw it out there real quick. If you guys would like to interrupt me at any time during the rest of the show, you can, that's not the one. That's not the one. Where's the one? That's the one. Bro, why is that flipped? The chat is literally flipped. What the hell is that? No. Why are the words backwards? I don't like it. My God, what a mess. Let's see. Let's try this one. This one at least is in the right direction. So yeah, if you guys want to call in, feel free to hit that number at any time. If you have questions, hey, it's Ask Me Anything. I don't mind. It could be completely off the subject. I'm cool with it. As long as you're cool with it, feel free to call in. Number is pinned in chat, by the way. But I'm going to go into this next thing. So, this was just published September 11th, 2023. Wi-Fi can read through walls. As if you weren't creeped out enough by the EMF signals, how they affect your health. They're a big privacy concern. Radio frequency waves to spy on people. I've been covering this a long time, and this is probably a step too far. But basically, they've created a way to use 3 separate transmitters to read letters behind walls. We have a caller. I think I know who this is. Hey, what's up there? How you doing?
Hey there.
Is that Willie?
I turned too many things on when I was turning yours off. How you doing, pal?
What's up?
Did you see that video on the video of the tornado over there in, I think it was Hendersonville, Clarksville, something, when the tornado hits the, whatever it is, the power station or the transfer station, where all them transformers are and shit. And it was like coming down the line and popping everywhere, right? Then it hits the big son of a bitch with the fuel depot or whatever, the oil inside them or whatever. And it did something that's the weather term that I can't remember. It was like large and catastrophic something happens, like the bomb genesis or something.
Bombogenesis?
No, it wasn't that, but it was like that
Won't
kind
be here
of word
next
you never
week
heard
as I'm
before.
moving.
Well,
Have a very Merry Christmas.
Before, when they come up with new weather shit. But it looks like you could blow up a tornado almost. Because they, heated up the center of it. But, it did it by osmosis.
Well, let's take a peek real quick. I got...
Yeah, look up
CNN, the most trusted
tornado.
news and name in news.
They called it
child were killed in Clarksville when tornadoes tore through the town. Eyewitness video shows the tornado churning across the Clarksville road, throwing debris and ripping through power lines.
Oh.
It was wild.
Oh
man.
my
God! A couple-minute video. It's on the Twitter.
This video is from Nashville. You see the tornado moving through, and then the electrical flashes, then the explosion, and then darkness. Officials.
And then it's under other people too. My buddy Oppenheimer Ranch had it. It's a bazillion of them out there. It was yesterday's Twitter though, 20 hours ago maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking at the video of it right now. That's crazy stuff, man.
Okay, well, I was viewing the climate on the Twitter or X, and I called into the climate show to see, right? But the guy says if you go to the other thing, oh, you found it on CNN. But and some people even said it looked like a wolf, too, because if you watch the thing, the flame propagation go up, it looks like a mouth open and an eyeball for a wolf or something. I mean, I don't know. You know how internet gets.
Yeah,
But it was pretty much live when it was happening. It was yesterday. I was watching it. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and I was wondering if it was just wild, man. But the guys almost said that you could almost like stop a tornado if you blew it up. It was something like decondensating or disrupting the condensation funnel. Something blah blah blah. Cause man something. He used all kinds of science words.
Okay. Yeah, so there.
But all right, so you ain't up on it. What the hell you been doing? You know, we're just keeping your
eat my ass, Willie. All right, so here's the thing. Bernard Eastland.
I love you, man.
Yeah, I know. Bernard Eastland actually talked about the Thunderstorm solar-powered satellite, and he was specifically talking about using microwaves from space, specifically to do what you're talking about, to heat certain portions of a tornado to kill it, or to be able to steer it away
Trump
from.
mentioned it too. I think he said just nuke that hurricane.
Oh, Trump was talking about nuking hurricanes, but he's not the first one. I did an article on that. In fact, I think it was a nuking Hurricane Dorian or something like that. Yeah, that's all.
Besides steering them, just nuke them.
Yeah, but see, the problem is, once you nuke a hurricane, now all of a sudden you got freaking radioactive fallout everywhere. Like, that's a great idea. And
we got clean nukes though, don't we now?
Huh?
We got clean
nukes,
coal.
bro. What are you talking about? The sodium reactors? That's not a nuclear bomb, dude.
The one that started up in Japan. They just did the
fusion reactor in Japan.
They did the fusion. They went the other way around, the good way.
Yeah, they're trying to ramp up. They're ramping up the fusion reactor in Japan. They don't know if it's going to actually be stable or if it's going to put out or
if we go into a black hole,
or if they're gonna blow a hole in there. Who knows, man? I just whenever if they got a live feed would be great, because it'd be kind of like Fukushima all over again. You know, like those videos immediately the feed would go dead, and then everybody would be like, quick, save, you know, and putting them on YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff. But no.
So did I hear that? I was in the early chats. You've probably seen it, but you're famous on, like, they're using your map on CNN or something?
I saw, like, the guy at the beginning, Raul, he said something about the United Nations is using my data and that I should get paid.
And you should get paid or something? I mean, I just saw it quick, and I don't remember seeing them too much in the chat, but you know how things go with internet or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'd really like to know what the hell he was talking about, because, I mean, you know, although I do live in the finest double wide the Illuminati ever paid for.
Your address is 333, I know.
No.
I mean, just 33.
No, it's not. You're not even close. It's 25 trip drive, bro.
That's it.
But, you know, I'd love to get paid. I mean, that would be great. You know, I put it out for free, but hey, you know, please.
So yeah, this guy.
If you're from the United Nations, I hate your guts, but please do send me a check. I mean, that'd be pretty fucking epic.
The guy said he was using your shit, and I figured you'd be all over that because I was here early.
Bro, I literally you know, dude, this every weekend is filled with, you know, just constant work. We're trying to you know, basically redo my camper out back because my mother-in-law is going to be moving in.
Nice.
Yeah, she needs to be close to, you know, my wife, her daughter. So we're gonna take care of her, even though we already we're just gonna make another house in the backyard and bring more people in.
That's the way you do it, man.
So I literally caught like I think I got a 40-minute nap in before going live. And that was all. I literally I set a 15-minute timer before I went live and
there's got to be some better. There's got to be some better. What do you call it? Questions than I got. I don't know. I thought I had some pretty good ones, so I tried.
Hey man, you always throw me off my game. Willie, I love talking to you, bro.
Was that like an electric grid fart to counteract tornadoes? So if we get rid of coal-fired electric plants, then we're gonna have more tornadoes. I mean, where do I get my climate vaccine? And I don't know what else I got. I don't know, man.
Hey, it's said that they will be equitable.
What do you do when the guy admits methane, that it's supposed to be our savior there, the one who wants to kill all the farms?
Well, they promised to make the vaccines equitable, which means that that poor folks could get their climate vaccines too. So
okay, it's a free vaccine. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's free. Just remember, nothing in life is free. If it's free,
I know that.
The government paid for it. That means you paid for it.
Okay, come on, Jet. See, it's pouring rainstorm. My dog was just following me. Come on, Jet. Get back here.
So, do you have Wi-Fi in your house, bro?
Do what?
Do you have Wi-Fi in your house?
Yeah, we got that special kind of. They had to send me a new phone because my old phone wouldn't work anymore.
Well, they got this new thing where they can set these Wi-Fi things up and basically trace the inside of your house.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty. I run the microwave a lot to offset that.
It's called Wi-Fract.
I got that aluminum foil stuff everywhere. But yeah, they know where I live and they know everything. My house is a 27, a 57. My garage is 87, and the addition's a 93 or something. That's what I got. It's about 1,800 square foot. Rent a room out. No, I don't. I have a house guest.
Enables Wi-Fi to read through walls.
That gives gratuity because, we can't have any unclaimed money anymore.
Yeah.
Does cash still exist, I guess? Oh, yeah.
But they
all right, Jim. I love you, man. You have your voice sounds great from your dental surgeries and stuff.
Well, I'm glad I'm able to talk, that I don't sound like I'm, just fumbling around with the thing in my mouth. So
do what?
It took a lot of practice. Let's just put it that way. Do what?
I remember my little do what? Too much sweet tea. That's what they say. I don't know. I had that shit. Whatever. I'm a Yank. Whatever. That's just because I grew up here. But I did my tour down south, and I love the Southern people.
Oh man, I tell everybody the food, the people are great, and the food's better.
Polite. Well, I mean, people used to be polite up here, but they got just rat race crazy, and shit happened. I mean, I took out nice neighbors, this and that, and whatever. But
we try to take it a little slower.
It's crazy what we're going through. I hope we can fix this timeline because this is just way off track.
I mean, if you like life in the fast lane, that's you. I'm a rugged individual.
Well,
so if that's for you, go for it. But me, two things. I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of assholes in, a 7 million people city because, there's no way you're going to survive if the shit hits the fan.
No way. No, I'm out in the country a bit.
I fucking abhor digging my car out of snow.
Yeah, I still got that. I had my plow truck on fire yesterday.
Yeah, I lived in Omaha, Nebraska.
I didn't want it to be on fire. It just happened.
It was terrible, dude. Going out and then after you finally unbury your car and realize that your door is frozen shut and you literally got to run a knife along the edge of your door to get your door open. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
You were born south, right?
Actually, I was born in Vandenberg Air Force Base. My dad was a nuclear missile launch technician, but yeah.
Oh, how cool is that? My dad was a flight crew chief for a PBM-3 Mariner, World War II.
Yeah.
Flight crew chief, everything had the jobs. That's pretty cool. But I was born after the war, way after.
Real quick, Captain Tom, your computer is watching you. He's like, I feel like my computer's watching me. It is watching me.
Yeah.
Shit, I know mine is. I got a camera on right now. But if you any one of you got a cell phone, you can literally
hanging for dear life over there.
You can take the battery out of this thing and still be recording you.
Guam is getting ready to flip at any minute.
What? You talking about the pole flip?
Captain Tom is hanging on, like a cat on a tree or a couch or something, because Guam is going to flip over anytime.
I don't know, man. Like, Frank,
I know. I think
Frank just had, Frank just had Ben Davidson on, and Frank messaged me.
He's like, that was really fucking. The world's over. Balls are gonna flip. We're gonna be flipped.
And he just messaged me.
He's got a lot of fake science going on.
And he's like, Jim, what do you think, man? I'm kind of freaked out, and I'm like, bro, I don't even know. But I'm going to tell you like this, like pole flips don't just like happen. Like, it's not like it's going to happen in like, let's say 3 months, a year. That kind of stuff happens over a very long time. Even though they're
kind of might have could once or something, right? Or it was just different. I mean, I don't even believe there's evidence that the poles will shift, but it's electric universe, right?
Yeah.
So the poles change your polarity.
I don't want to. Oh God, Willie! Now you're gonna get me to throw shade. So Willie, check this out. This is what I told. This is what I told him. I said, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you this. I knew a guy named Christopher Fontenot, and he was he ran a website called A Microwave Planet, and he was about the most knowledgeable person I knew about the electric universe, and we had lengthy, deep discussions.
Well, the comets ain't. The comets aren't icy balls, right?
Huh?
Comets ain't dirty, icy snowballs.
We won't get into that. Let me finish that.
Okay.
Stay on track, Willie.
Willie,
stay on track. So Ben Davidson attended the Electric Universe conference that Chris was at, and he started to give his speech, and I think that he mentioned something about gravity and was basically laughed out of the fucking building. So like he was literally thrown out of the Electric Universe conference.
That's the old guy.
Huh?
That's old guy.
Yeah.
And he's just a lot of puff and smoke.
Just personally, like I was talking to him about HARP, and he just basically said, what trigger warning for those who don't want to hear curse words. This is his exact response to me. Why the fuck would I listen to you, and what fucking university do you go to? You don't know shit about what you're talking about.
Yeah, fuck you.
So I was like,
he testified in front of Congress. You know where he's hanging out? Next to a jail or something in the Midwest or somewhere down over there.
Yeah,
he's got his compound and stuff and his fancy 4-wheel drive. Yeah, he's gonna be all right. He don't grow a fucking thing. He's a fake science grifter.
I mean,
you call him. I don't know.
If
I guess
I told Frank. I said, look, man, if you want to know about solar winds, sunspots, coronal mass ejections, if that's your thing and you want to keep up on it, Ben's great for that. I was like, but he's not talking about the fact that and I sent Frank a whole bunch of information on this, and I'm not trying to throw him under this. He might be right. I could be completely fucking wrong. This is not my area of expertise.
Diamond to Dave, man. He's a geologist, and
here's the thing.
Debunks that guy like constantly.
If you
debunk Al Gore.
One of the biggest things that they talk about is that that massive extraction of water from underground, reservoirs to the surface
the earth,
is actually thrown off. Thrown off the axis of the earth.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, like there's so many different factors, and then there's the fact that the pole migrating actually has to do with stuff in the mantle, migrating between Siberia
Expanding
and
Earth
Canada.
theory, electric universe is kind of where I'm leaning.
There's a lot going on there, and I understand about FTEs and how they're the magnetic portals that connect the Earth and the Sun, and I agree with him on how volcanoes and earthquakes are linked with solar activity. I'm not buying the fact that and he gave himself plenty of time.
He don't have the education to back up what he does.
That
he
by
like
2040, we're going to have a pole shift, and that half the planet's going to die because they're underwater. I mean, that kind of fear porn
it's bullshit. More like a Russian tsunami fucking torpedo would do that. But I don't even think Russia would do that.
I mean, and I'm not going to live my life based on the fear that some dude on YouTube is telling me that
with 500,000 subscribers or more, he's got a shitload of subscribers.
Hey, because I told
people eat it up.
Willie, am I right? Is it true that if you're scary, if you're scary, you get the subscribers? I could come on here and bullshit people and scare the shit out of people, and I would have so many subscribers because people are addicted to fear. So. It's ironic
thumbnail clickbait shit.
Do you know this?
He only does 2-minute videos or 5-minute videos, or you got to pay for the longer ones. It's another fucking grift bullshit that I don't like about him. And my buddy Diamond the Dave, he's a hot shit. You should check him out on the X. He's also got the magnetic reversal news and
send me the
link. 6 or 7 other websites. He's a hot shit geologist. He does a cool weather show about 20 minutes a night. It's fucking cool as shit. Oppenheimer Ranch Project, magnetic reversal news. He does an hour one thing with other. He's just super. He testified in front of Congress too.
Well, send it my way and I'll check it out.
Back in the day.
Send it my way and I'll check it out.
Yeah. Diamond the Dave. He's the shit too.
All right.
He's on my list with you, man. You're right on the same line.
All right, Willie. I love you, bro.
You on with him and him on with you sometime. That would be a good thing.
We'll do that.
Like minds,
We'll do that. So yeah, Oppenheimer Ranch. I know the guy. I had his number. We were supposed to connect a while back.
Yeah, he's on shit, man. I like him. I've been following him about as long as you, whatever. I didn't get on the internet full blown till just a few years back anyways, 5-7 years or something.
All right, well, crack another beer for me, bro, and let me let the next caller through.
The beer man are on tonight, and I'm missing my favorite show for my other favorite show because I love to catch you live. All right, let somebody else get in and talk some stuff. But yeah, check out that blowing up tornado thing. I thought that would be right up ClimateViewer alley.
Yeah, well, I had to roast some United Nations assholes tonight, so you know how it goes.
Yeah, you're busy. But yeah, I love you, man. You have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Love you too, brother. Take it easy, Willie.
Thank you.
That is the famous or infamous Willie Fix-It, the man, the myth, the legend. I love having conversations with Willie because you never know which direction it's going to go, and it goes that direction every 15 seconds. Like literally, shaboom, shaboom, shaboom. You have no idea. But Willie's one of my favorite people, so I will gladly interrupt the show at any time to take a call from Willie. And anybody else can interrupt me as well. The number's right there on the screen. If you want to call in, go right ahead. So they give examples of this Wi-Fi spying through walls right here. And, this is literally the actual object. And this is their tracing result. And towards the end, they actually show, well, we're gonna set up these Wi-Fi transmitters. This is the receiver. So there's a transmitter 1, transmitter 2, transmitter 3, and behind the wall is, the letters believe. Okay, with a bunch of Home Depot buckets apparently. So they set these up, and this is what they were able to trace just using Wi-Fi. This is not the only example of using Wi-Fi to spy through walls. Scientists can now use Wi-Fi to see through people's walls. And this is what it actually looks like right here. So map human bodies through walls using Wi-Fi signals. We developed a deep neural network that maps the phase and amplitude of Wi-Fi signals to UV coordinates within 24 human regions. The results of the study reveal our model can estimate the dense pose of multiple subjects with comparable performance to image-based approaches by utilizing Wi-Fi signals as the only input. So literally, your freaking Wi-Fi in your house can be intercepted and used to scan everybody in the house. And here's what they call dense pose. And this is the actual, idea behind it. And you can see their results right here, where they're looking through the walls, 3 transmitter antenna, very close together, 3 receiver antenna. Why? Because you do interferometry. They call it Y-fraction. And it shows 3-dimensional objects of people through walls. Hella creepy stuff. But again, this is not something new. It's just, the latest version of, the moving forward, figuring out even better ways to do these. Here's literally this image, showing them literally like 3D mapping people, the chair's obscuring part of the guy's leg. So the Wi-Fi signal is not passing through that chair for some reason, but is able to 3D map these people. But this goes back to something that I covered back. This is 2014, and they're called Tempest attacks. To the old school hackers, this is called Van Eck phreaking, and it's the idea that using just some sensors, you can detect ambient electromagnetic waves from a building and then reconstruct all sorts of things like this is a guy showing a Van Eck phreaking music demonstration of how it works, and so they're able to actually pick up from the EMF coming off of the guy's monitor some distance away. They'll be able to literally pick up that radiation and then show it at a remote location. And that's just from the wire. In some cases, you don't even need, to have the device plugged into a wall. It could be completely air gapped, and they can pick this stuff up. So this is called a Tempest attack. That's why military grade hardware would have a Tempest rating on it. And this is like how much ambient EMF is coming off the device, and can that be picked up by, Van Eck phreaking devices. No surprise that video's, look, voting computer test Tempest attack. So they've got, this is a voting machine, everybody. Of course, this is not possible. Everything you're about to see, 90% of all Dutch votes cast are on this kind of device. Bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. He's voting. And, of course, the radio signal can be received by a radio scanner. Same kind of idea. They're right over here. They've got their Tempest scanner up, and they're able to just pick it up. Show when a vote is cast on the Christian Democratic Party, CDA. Bleep, bloop, bleep. Whenever they click it, yeah, it's picking it up. It's showing it in real time. There are so many different little hacks that involve EMF. This is one of the old, let's just put it this way. This is the way it originally looked. This is an original directional antenna that was used to scan inside somebody's building and recreate what was on their screen. So somebody could be outside, within 100 yards of my house and have an antenna pointed at my house, and any device, even as small as a cell phone. If you're in a park, somebody could have a Tempest device or a Vanek freaking device and pick up just the EMF from the display of your monitor on your phone and be able to see that in real time. So as you're typing away, as you're putting in your passwords, as you're watching Pornhub, they can see what you're looking at on your screen. So this whole Wi-Fi, this is one where literally they're able to figure out what keys strokes you're making on your computer through the same process. There's your antenna. I want to remind you, this is a video from 2014. They didn't have the kind of technology we have now. This is probably way better now. So dude's going to come over here and he's going to type password. And then he's going to go back around the building, over to the other side. Was it able to pick it up? Keystroke 5 acquired, 6, 7, filtering, decoding done. Password. Able to just pick up. This is the kind of stuff that's going on. This is the kind of spy technology that's going on. But there's even creepier things. This is from 2013, and we're talking about Wi-Fi spying through walls. The FBI had this thing capturing fingerprints from 20 feet away. Mobile backscatter vans, aka the porno scanner. This is literally a van that, I know that the New York Police Department, the FBI, and other three-letter agencies have these. They shoot X-rays through your house and can scan the entire inside of your house. Damn it.
I'm Adam Falk. Have you been taking more road trips just to avoid those TSA full body scanners? Soon, even the streets might not be safe. The same technology capable of seeing through clothes and walls has been roving along U.S. streets. This is the Z Backscatter Van, or ZBV. We'll just call it a body scanner on wheels. The van slowly cruises streets, patrols borders, or monitors other situations looking for contraband and dangerous materials. The van's X-rays are received and processed by the operators inside the vehicle. AS&E says the rays can pass through a number of materials from cars to shipping containers to homes. A video created by AS&E explains what the X-rays are looking for.
Using AS&E's unique backscatter technology, the ZBV produces electronically generated X-rays that detect substances containing low atomic number elements, such as carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. These elements are often present in explosives and other contraband.
For those targeted by the scanner, AS&E claims radiation from the van is about the same as spending 15 minutes on an airplane. Health concerns.
Bullshit. I mean, bullshit. It's completely safe. If I had $1 for every time some company that was making some kind of spy shit or anything like this said it was completely safe, I'd be filthy rich. Audio is low here. What is happening to my mic? I see that it's actually dropped since we started. Let me see if I can do something about that, because that's not right. Something's going dreadfully wrong, that my microphone is literally getting weaker as the broadcast goes on. I will look into it. But thank you for pointing it out. Are you talking about on the clip?
Aside, AS&E mobile scanner is bound to butt heads with the Fourth Amendment. X-rays from the van pass through clothes and are viewed on site. The van also has the ability to save images for evidence. This is unlike TSA's full body scanner policy, which says images must be viewed by another agent not performing the scan, and its machines cannot save images. So far, U.S. and foreign government agencies have driven more than 500 vans off the lot. Mark Rottenberg, executive director of EPIC, or the Electronic Privacy Information Center, says government bodies will always jump at the chance for extra peace of mind.
EPIC
he tells Forbes, it's no surprise that government and vendors are very enthusiastic about the vans, but from a privacy perspective, it's one of the most intrusive technologies conceivable. For Mashable, I'm Adam Paul.
So yeah, the mobile X-ray backscatter van, also known as the porno scanner. This was in 2013. So now we have, in an information age where we have hackers using drones filled with all kind of electromagnetic, sensing equipment, that they're able to basically hover a drone over, let's say, a defense contractor, be able to mimic a cell phone tower, intercept phone calls, intrude into Wi-Fi networks, all of this from a remote drone. Then you have these, vans that could be loaded with any kind of equipment that could shoot, powerful Wi-Fi signals, X-ray, energy through your house. Now think about what we started talking about. Climate lockdowns, climate pandemics, and are you that bad guy? What's going to stop? Once the World Health Organization gets all of these countries to sign a climate treaty, a pandemic treaty, and then the enforcement side. We all saw, bartenders in New York City who were like, no, I'm going to be open no matter what. And I mean, literally the police state activity that occurred. With technology like this, they will literally be able to just drive down the street and scan and say, you know what? We just drove by your business or by your house and we saw 14 people standing and they were not socially distanced. You got technology and you got morons making, legislation. Between the two, the one, empowers the other. If it weren't for the technology to spy on you, if it weren't for all of the social media companies and the internet service providers and all of these private organizations that are willing to sell your data, let alone capitulate to any government request for data at any given time. This is why, if such, laws get passed, if we give up our sovereignty, that they will be able to enforce it, because you can't hide in today's modern world. That's the unfortunate truth. So I'm looking at this going, pandemic, climate pandemics, geoengineering, the countdown clock is ticking. 2030 is the cutoff. Agenda 2030. You shall own nothing and be happy for it. I mean, pole flip's the last thing on my, mind at this moment. I mean, let's just be real. There's so much more to be creeped out by and worried about. And unfortunately, we live in a world where people they don't seem to give a damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. They make you wear a lead vest and they dive out of the room like a hand grenade was about to go off if you get an X-ray at a dentist. But these dudes are talking about these X-ray vans completely safe. About the same as, you'd get while flying on a plane. Now, it is true. You do get a lot of radioactive, exposure while flying on planes. And most people aren't familiar with this, but yeah, that's why pilots have radiation limits that they can't go over. They shouldn't fly but so many hours per year because of their dosage rate. But yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that that's safe in any way, shape, or form. I think it's all about, ultimate control. And we had a audio. We had President Lyndon Johnson said that he who controls the weather controls the world. Well, that's true, but at the end of the day, it's becoming harder and harder to control people. And I mean, I think that's a good thing, as long as, we're not out hurting each other. We should not be controlled. I mean, we should be controlled within the confines of what's moral and good and just, and that should be on the individual. And, given a perfect world, we wouldn't need a government for anything. This is not a perfect world. But at the same time, so much is given to the government to, dictate to us. It's for your own good. And I don't know about you, but I'm fucking sick of hearing that. I believe in the smallest government as close to you as possible. The further the government gets away from me in my hometown, the less it should be involved in my life, because the less it understands about my circumstances. So, local government for my city and county, I understand it. State, I'm pretty okay with it. Federal, almost always intrusive, does not do very much good for anybody in my life that I know of, and basically hoovers up dollars, makes up dollars, and then sends it to foreign countries. And then on top of that, you got world government, which is just the worst. The further you go up the corruption ladder, the more control these people want, the more these people think that they're, with their inflated egos and their ability to mandate to people their behavior, just makes them pure evil. And I firmly believe that. You're not going to change my mind on that. It's been true throughout history, through as far back as time goes. And, there have been very few instances where somebody was willing to relinquish control. I could think of like 2 presidents that were like, nope, did what I came to do here. I'm going back to my normal life. And no, I don't want to get filthy rich off this. So have a nice day. Other than that, yeah, I don't think that we're going to get much good out of, a world government, let alone the World Health Organization, which has a shit record. So look forward to your climate pandemics, and all of this one hell agenda they have coming. I'll definitely, now that it's on my radar, be keeping a closer watch on this, and I'll keep you updated. I had a couple of requests for, specific topics, and I'm kind of like, running on fumes lately because, like I said, working 45 hours a week. By the time I get home, it's dark. And for the next 3 weeks, even though I'm getting home and it's dark, I'm going to have to work till bedtime in the camper to get it ready for my mother-in-law. So it's going to be, pretty much all work and no play till the end of the year. So I will still be here for the Sunday show. If you have any suggestions, by the way, in the details, t.me/ClimateViewer. If you want to join our Telegram chat, we did have a question from Jeff. I was going to cover that. It's from the mailbag. And I'll go to that real quick. So Jeff writes, Jim, I'd appreciate your opinion on this. What do you think of the odds that military refuelers like KC-135 Stratotankers, DC-10 extenders, KC-46 Pegasus are retrofit to expel purposeful, nasty stuff into the atmosphere? All of it would be in the troposphere. I watch them often, and I find it rare for any of them to get into the stratosphere, even with low tropopause of this time of year. To me, it is the likely aircraft to use. They already have tanks built in below the cargo decks. They already have the pumps, but for the liquids, a retrofit to hold powders in the tanks and compressors instead of liquid pumps could allow them to inject carbon black or anything else into the area after the burn and would be mixed on exit. There are also there have been many military aircraft in the skies lately, very big exercises with a lot of very big fast movers off the coast of Channel Islands west of LA a few days ago after dark, and there were no less than 10 of the big guys I mentioned above. And one eye in the sky type, he's talking about AWACS there, they oversee the whole area of operations. To which I replied to him down here at the bottom, Alan Robach and David Keith both mentioned using KC-135s as a geoengineering platform. In addition, David Keith mentioned using something called the Civil Reserve Air Fleet, which is known as CRAF. If you guys haven't heard of this, basically it allows them to modify existing commercial aviation for military purposes. So you just look that up, Civil Reserve Air Fleet. And I mean, Wikipedia is as good as any for this because it's just basic information. Part of the United States Mobility Resources, selected aircraft from the U.S. airlines contractually committed to Civil Reserve Air Fleet support of the United States Department of Defense, airlift requirements in emergencies, and when need for airlift exceeds the capability of available military aircraft. So this is originally like an idea that was put forward. Say if we went into World War III and we really needed to get a whole bunch of tanks and personnel over to the battlefield rapidly, that we could convert Boeing 747s to carry military equipment rapidly. But when you got a geoengineer like David Keith in his Aurora Flight Sciences geoengineering study mentioning the idea of using the Civil Reserve Air Fleet as a method of using commercial aviation to geoengineering, then we're talking pretty creepy. Size 450 aircraft as of 2022, according to Wikipedia. But let's keep this in mind. In that same Aurora Flight Sciences paper, David Keith said that he would only need 10 planes, 10 747s to geoengineer the entire planet. So this is the part where most people miss out on this. They assume that every single plane in the sky clearly is part of this agenda. However, they would be missing the point because basically, when David Keith is saying, look, I could do it with 10, 100, he said like 10, 50, or 100, and he broke down, what the difference is, like how much chemicals per mile would need to be able to happen. But I'm gonna find the paper real quick, and I've got it up right here. So this was, let me go, just type in Robach. All right. So this is the paper right here. And I'll bring it up on the screen. This is on, fail. cirrus clouds matter right here. And it's under the section, what are they doing about climate, with cirrus clouds? What are they doing about with cirrus clouds? So I just searched for Alan Robach and its benefit, risks, and costs of stratospheric geoengineering, 2009. And he says option for dispersing gases from planes include addition of sulfur to the fuel, which would release the aerosol through the exhaust system of a plane, or attachment of a nozzle to release the sulfur from within its own tank in the plane, which would be a better option. And if memory serves me correctly, and I don't know if the archive.org is going to pull this up very quickly, but we can just go back here to 2018 and see if they actually, yep, green dots. Are the government has been pulling all kinds of crap down off of archive.org lately. So it's getting tougher and tougher to count on them, even though they're begging for your money right now. Really, dude? I mean, really? All right, so let's just go to the original source and see how we do there. Now it's starting to come up. Should still be there. PDF. And in that, they talk about the not only KC-135s, Control F-135 right here. Cost for different methods of injecting 1 teragram of sulfur gas per year into the stratosphere. And what do you see? You see F-15 Eagle, payload tons 8, ceiling 20 kilometers, 167 with 3 flights per day, number of units, okay? And that would cost $6 billion. KC-135 tanker, 91 tons, ceiling 15 kilometers, 15 planes with 3 flights per day. Price $784 million. KC-10 extender, 160 tons, 13 kilometers ceiling, 9 planes with 3 flights per day at $1 billion. Naval rifles and stratospheric balloons, also in the options. But like I said, I remember all this stuff. David Key's paper has a similar breakdown to this, but yes, to answer Jeff's question, and Jeff and I have become pretty good friends over the last month. Jeff joined the Telegram channel. Jeff was a Navy meteorologist, and all of this weather mod / chemtrail stuff was new to him, and beneficial to me. Jeff is a meteorologist, and Jeff is teaching me all kinds of stuff about meteorology so that I can really, maybe, just possibly work towards what everybody's been begging for, that 16-day forecast, or at least to try to do it some justice. But I'd like to know what the hell I'm talking about before I just go shooting that off. So don't get your hopes up too soon. But, everything is available, to do just that at climateviewer.org/Earth Monitor. And I may in the future go through this with you guys, but you can come to climateviewer.org/Earth Monitor. This is especially for you chatters right here. You can scroll to this page, and this is all my external links. So alerts and disaster maps, satellite imagery, climate change stuff, satellite tracking, ship tracking, flight tracking, pollution, space weather, power plants, weather, other stuff, radio frequency monitoring, all in one spot. And you just click on them. They're going to click you over. And hit play and see all the pretty colors. Maybe in the near future, probably after the first of the year, I'm going to try to work something out where we can come through and start examining some of the craziness going on in fine detail. And I'll teach you guys how to, come through and look at this stuff yourself and, work all of the different programs that are on here, because some of them are very complicated, like the integrated space web application from NASA. And some of these links, I'm going to need to update, but you can come in here and you can literally, like, every single NASA, like, stereo, all of the, like, different solar stuff for solar flares incoming, they're on here. So you can pop up little boxes, hit play, and see where all the magnetic field lines are and all that sort of stuff. Let's see, planetary spacecraft, and in little backgrounds, and then you can actually hit play on that, and it'll show you. Do it, and you can build your own little interface with this thing, because as you're going through these, you can bring up different boxes and everything. There's so many cool toys in here that I use personally to monitor all this stuff. But what we'll try to do is build something that, everybody can kind of follow along with. And, we have a caller. I was getting ready to wrap it up. Hey, this is Jim Lee. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Cap. It's Tom. Captain Tom.
Hey, what's up, Captain Tom in Guam? How you doing, brother, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Wrapping it up for the evening, man. Getting ready to do a little bit of side work before I go to bed. How you doing?
Okay.
Did I lose you?
I've got a
ground
couple of
control
questions
to Captain Tom.
Our weather, we don't get any sunshine anymore. I mean, like, all day it's clouded over, and we get some rain. We maybe. I'm getting maybe a. I'm get. Wow. Maybe I should take the headphones off. How's that? Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. We get nothing but cloudy days all day. Maybe in a week we might have 5 hours of sunshine. And what it's done is, for instance, we had a mango season last spring, and none of the trees on the island had mangoes. I think it's on account of the weather. I don't know. What's your view on it? And how come we don't get any sunshine anymore?
Well, I'm going to bring it up on the screen right now, and I'm looking at it, and, as the sun comes over, all these clouds just building up in your region. Let's take a bigger look at it.
We don't have any stars at night either.
Damn, dude.
I think that they're spraying us real heavy for the during the nighttime. So, by the time it settles down on us, it just looks like one big cloud.
What's crazy is it's like, there's a huge, this looks like it's just bursting up out of the sea right here.
Yep, they spray it every night. It's got to be the military that's doing it.
Normal at all. This
it's
specific
not.
spot.
It's not.
And it's right down. It's southwest of Micronesia. It's southeast of you. And basically, the frontal systems are moving off of it.
Yeah, and that's when they spray us with whatever it is they're spraying us, it's heavy and it settles, and then it catches the trades and it blows it towards China.
Yeah.
But when it's up in the stratosphere, it blows it towards the States at 300 miles an hour.
True. Yeah, like I would have to actually look. Let me go look at this real quick. The wind up as well.
I see places in the States where they got sunshine and no chemtrails or anything. Maybe they got 1 or 2 chemtrails,
but they're still getting, blue sky, mostly blue, through the chemtrails, but we don't get any direct sunlight. We might be getting, this is indirect because I can tell by looking at the shadows through the window. They're really dull shadows, not a complete shadow.
Well, you have such a, I mean, in the grander scheme of things, you have such a small island and like out in the middle of the Pacific. But dude, like this big blow up right here is just weird. I mean, like that does not seem normal.
Every day.
Not even slightly. And and to be completely honest with you, dude, like I used to watch this shit like a hawk, like every single day.
Yeah.
And I've kind of taken my eye off the ball. Let me look at a couple other, because windy.com, no, this is Venture Sky. This is a different one. Windy.com was actually showing this huge sulfur plume over you guys the other day. And I almost, I wanted to like text you about it. Let me see if I can get that up real quick. Let me come over here. More layers. Man, it should be under. I had trouble finding.
Oh, you got the premium windy, huh?
Huh?
You got the premium windy.
No, I need
no?
to.
Oh, okay.
I need to.
Okay.
There's a more layer. All right, there it is. More layers, and then it's sulfur. The SO2X right here. There it is. Why is it not already showing? Oh, I got the webcams up. That's why. This is a fun feature, is the webcams, because I go through and I can actually look at the webcams around the world real quick and see what other people are seeing. I need to go through and like flip all of these off, because apparently it's not showing because I've got all this crap turned on.
Yeah. But the mangoes are my favorite fruit of anything, man. And when you get them fresh off the tree here on Guam, man, it's like heaven, We haven't had any for over a year now. Last March came and went. We had no mangoes anywhere on the island. That I find amazing.
That is crazy. Where's that? Do you hear that popping?
No, I do not.
It popped whenever you spoke just now, like twice. It's like pop, pop, like electricity.
I get a lot of that from my end, and I don't know if it's the powers that be listening in on me or what. I don't know. I don't think I would hear them doing that, but it's possible. But I don't know. Sometimes when I'm talking, especially on WhatsApp, to somebody, I will hear radio feedback often. And, it's like, I don't know what it is, but it's there. Anyways.
I'm hearing like sparks, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to fix something real quick, because everybody's saying that still my mic is like super low. Let me just bring up the gain on this thing, because I got plenty to play with. Let's just put it that way. All right, and save that. Okay, that should be. It's still limited, which is absolutely nuts.
It's still showing all the pictures. It's still showing all the webcams on the screen here.
Yeah, it's not getting rid of it. And I had this thing set up earlier, and now I came in here and I dicked around with it, and now there's so many settings and everything. Let me get off of that. Oh, it should be able to just clear it. Like, let me get this out. Come back, and it's still gonna have my stuff. So Control F5. No, I'd have to clear the cache. You know what? I give up on this right now.
Okay, I know you got a show to do and everything else, but maybe you can check it out.
Get it set up, but there was a huge sulfur plume over you guys. And a friend of mine just sent me pictures of it, and we had an even bigger one the other day, and it was like right in the middle of the week, and I tried to get home that night to make a video about it, and it just wasn't happening. You know what I mean? Like, just
Now,
it's
I got a
killing me.
question. How would a sulfur plume get over us? Northeast trades blow from the north to the east. I mean, come out of the northeast and blow across the island going like towards Vietnam or something, you know? How does a sulfur plume? There's no place where there's a volcano anywhere over there, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing, like,
That's
why I was pointing it out, because there's no reason for it to be there. Let's just put it that way. There's zero reason for that to be there. It wants me to log in. I just turned the damn webcams off, and now it's going, please log in. I swear to God, these websites, dude, they'll be the death of me. And I'm pretty sure my RamDB is like, it's off right now because I got to update the link. They changed the link on it. But I had the RamDB slider here.
All right. Well, you know, I don't want to take up too much of your show here, Jim. So I'll let you go. And you got my email. You can drop me a line. Let me know what it is, right?
Yeah, I definitely do. You sent me an email with it, right?
Yeah, I think I have. If not, I'll send you another one.
Yeah, send me another one just in case it got buried too deeply, and we'll work on that. Because I'm gonna get all these. It's real
easy anyway.
I'll get all these.
I can give it to you.
Yeah, I'll get all these.
I can give it to you on the air.
This is you right
here. It's just my name, Captain Tom, and then put my place where I live, and then at gmail.com. You know.
Yeah.
It kind of rhymes. Thank you. Just got my meal delivered. All right, brother.
But
take care, and thank you for the input on it. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. You can check out the Himawari 8, and it's got great shots of your location, and you can bring that up at any time.
Okay.
And I'll send you a link directly to that, because all of this can be shared. So I'll send you a link to this after we get off here.
All right, bro. Bye-bye.
All right, man. Well, like I said, yeah, I want to be able to, flip through these and find all the oddities. And what I'll do is I'll come up with a quick way to, we'll rapidly take a look at the state of the atmosphere and what the hell is that? And why is that even there? It's like stationary and not even moving. Hello, this is Jim. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Jim. It's Damien calling from Poland.
Hey, Damien. How you doing?
I'm doing okay, I guess. I was just listening to your show, and I couldn't get through, but I forgot to put the one in front of the one, and that was the problem.
Okay. What's up with you, man?
Oh, big fan of your show, and I guess I'm curious if you ever got the Bitcoin going, because I tried to send you a coffee one time, but you told me that no, you never got into cryptocurrency or crypto wallet or anything like that.
Give me some advice, because I just literally heard I was looking at Coinbase, and I heard about a whole bunch of people getting their stuff jacked from Coinbase. Like, where is a safe place to store crypto?
I think the safest place is to store them on your computer, probably on a portable hard drive. Probably that would be the safest.
Like a flash drive.
Yeah, like a flash drive.
Okay.
I'm no expert, but I think that's the safest, which is called the cold storage solution. You're pretty much storing it yourself at home. With the keys, you can actually write them down, as far as I understand it.
Well, I got this little jewel right here. It's 256 gigabytes. That'll store it.
Oh yeah.
Um,
that can store, I think, the whole Bitcoin blockchain. I think.
Yeah,
well,
well,
at least one snapshot of it.
I have a collection of different flash drives that contain very naughty files that I don't want anybody to ever see. So I'll have to.
I hear you.
I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I can definitely. When the ironic part is, like, maybe like 10 years ago, somebody offered to donate, and they said, "Hey, yeah, it's 256 gigabytes. Can y'all see that right there?" Maybe you can't. It's not going to focus in on something that close. But it's a PNY. It's a 256 gigabyte. This is not even my big one.
But do you actually remember the conversation? I think it was on Twitter back in the day. Or do you recall it, or no?
I don't remember who it was, but they said basically, "Hey, I'd like to donate to you. I can give you $1,000 cash or 100 Bitcoin."
Nice. No, that wasn't me.
Huh?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, because, like, dude, ever since that day, I've regretted taking the 100 Bitcoin. It's possibly the dumbest
kidding.
Possibly the dumbest move in my entire career. So,
oh shit! Would that be like 5 million or 3 million, whatever?
I don't want to
right
think
now?
about it. I'm throwing it out there. It's self-deprecating, but that truly happened, and I was like, oh my effing God! Why didn't I take that?
No kidding.
Now people are trading like portions of a Bitcoin. Bro.
Yes.
My God.
Yes.
But yeah,
Jim,
I will look into that as soon as possible, dude. Hit me up with an email, and yeah, I need to get into alternative methods, because Lord knows these freaking UN freaks are trying to crash the economy, because they definitely want us to own nothing and be happy for it.
No, I hear you there. To be honest, I'm not even going to email you right now, because I spent all my crypto, and I actually had to move back home, because originally I was in Canada. Now I'm back in Poland, and right now I don't have any crypto to donate. Actually, I might have some to donate. If you had a wallet, I would send you a coffee, definitely. But not a substantial amount. Sorry about that, dude.
Hey, man, no problem, dude. Like, it's something that I've been meaning to getting on. So it's my own fault I haven't figured it out yet. Let's just put it that way. Especially after that traumatic experience where I was like, yeah, 100 Bitcoin, and I have to keep this on my hard drive, and shit, I lose PDFs. Like, what's going to happen when I lose the money?
I hear you. No, as far as I understand it, you can actually write down the codes on a piece of paper, and you're good. You're good there. If you have your public key and your private key written down, you don't even need to store it on a hard drive. So technically, you could keep the money in your head. So you could travel the world, go to another country, as long as you have those private keys memorized in your head, as well as the public keys, you have access to all your money.
I think I'll keep it in a text file, but yeah.
No, it's just very difficult to memorize 100 characters. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you use a dice method password, like for your key, then it's possible to remember that. So, I mean, it's a series of words. It shouldn't be too hard. But I appreciate you pushing me to do something I should have done a long time ago. So I'll definitely look into that, man. And good luck moving back home, man.
Thanks a lot.
Crazy in the region right now.
Yes. Thanks for all that you do. I've been a fan for a while, and all the best. And I don't know, stay safe, stay alive, and all the best.
I appreciate it, Damien. Thank you for calling in, man.
Okay, have a good one now.
You too, man. Be safe.
Thanks.
Well, I didn't expect a call from Poland, but I definitely saw the extension, and I was like, well, I guess I won't wrap up just yet. Well, guys, that definitely went longer. Anytime I open up the phone lines, it always goes longer than I expect. But hey, you know, I would much rather have conversations than monologue any day. It's so much more fun for me, and I hope that you guys enjoy it too. So, I want to make that a regular thing. So next week, you know, call in with some questions like, you know, grill ya boy, like I was a burger, and I'm okay with it. Love you guys. Up in CT with the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Just a little friendly warning on the super chats. Google like literally screwed me hard last month and literally said that I made a whopping $45 for the entire month. And so there was no payment whatsoever from Google. And then another month went by and it said that my balance was $45 and nothing had changed. And I'm like, I know I got super chats. And then just recently, in the past month, there were a couple super chats. I know Up in CT did a couple. And finally, it got over that $100 mark. So just to give you an idea, in the last 3 months, my grand total from YouTube and the super chats plus the ads is a whopping like $137, which I won't get till the 21st. So I probably should just cut the fucking ads off at this point because they do not amount to anything. It's just, it really, at this point, it's literally just a hindrance for you, the audience. And, you know, YouTube's not doing me any favors anyway, like pushing my stuff out there. So, you know, I appreciate everybody who super chats. Don't get me wrong. But YouTube takes 30% of every super chat as well. And you wouldn't believe what they take on like the app store. So I thought about making an app out of ClimateViewer 3D and was just like, okay, well, they take 70% of what you sell on YouTube. So, I mean, if I sold the app for $5 and kept it up, you know, and put all this work into it, I mean, they get 3 of my $5. Like, that's insane. It's just insanity. So yeah, Google and YouTube making a killing. I appreciate everybody who's signing up for the ClimateViewer chat. If you're on Telegram, join the ClimateViewer chat, t.me/ClimateViewer chat, all one word. Link is in the detail below. If you guys want to support the channel, especially it's Christmas, hey, PayPal's always the best because it's instant. Patreon, I appreciate everybody who signs up through Patreon. If you don't like either of those options, there are other options. I greatly appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button. Even though I'm probably going to get the F off of YouTube at some point, I do want to do, you know, basically what Quite Frankly is doing with pilled.net, get on Foxhole and a couple other things because just YouTube has done me dirty. They've done me. I'll give you guys one example real quick just to go because I logged into my Imager account and I was really surprised that this still even existed. So let me see if I can bring this up real fast. Damn, that's a big ass password. My posts and this. You can't make this up. So let me see if I can just make it full screen even. Yeah, let's go. So most of you probably did not get to see this video, and I'm not going to get into the reason why I removed this video back in the day, but let's just put it this way. On the first day, this is like first 4 days. All right. 3,722 views is what it says here. 877 likes. Down here at the bottom, it says watch time, 305,000 minutes. I logged in that evening. This is on the YouTube Studio app that's on my phone. And I looked at the exact same thing. It said 3,763 views. So it went up by about 41 views, 879 likes. It was 877. Watch time minutes, 173,939. How the hell in the exact same day, and analytics down here at the bottom, it went from 305,000 minutes watched to 173,000 minutes watched. It says views, 5,355. Views, 3,711. Now, your estimated revenue, $2.81. It gets worse. So then, right here, first 9 days. So this is from the time I uploaded the video till 9 days away. Now it says 3,351 views. That's less than it said on day 4. Okay? So they literally rolled back the numbers. 877 likes on day 4, 891 likes on day 9. But magically, we went from 305,000 minutes watched to 173,000 minutes watched to 119,000 minutes watched. Views went from 5,355 to 3,711 to 3,308. Now, this is counting the whole damn thing. So the numbers just constantly go down. I constantly have to deal with people messaging me saying, hey, I've been unsubscribed from your channel. I didn't get notifications. It's always been that way. It's always been that way. But I have about a terabyte worth of, examples of YouTube censoring, shadow banning. Same thing with Facebook. I would go on Facebook and I would look at my Facebook page and somebody would share a video from my Facebook page. And then I would see, like going and clicking on it and saying, nobody liked this video. Nobody commented on the share either. So Diane's in chat. I'll pick on her. I would go to Diane's Facebook page, and then I would see that nobody, and people comment on all of Diane's things, and they like it, or at least leave a little emoji or whatever. So I logged out of my Facebook. I got on a VPN. I got on my Express VPN, and then I got in a browser that had no cookies whatsoever. I put myself in Romania, and then I connected to my fake Facebook account. And when I went to Diane's wall, I could see the post that was before and the post that was after where she shared my post. And my post right there in the middle was missing. So what's happening with Facebook is they actually make it to where I can see that somebody shared it, and the person who shared it, they can see it, but nobody else can. And I've been shadow banned since 2015 when I went to Washington, D.C., and spoke at the EPA hearing on flight pollution. So since 2015, and I could go back even further, but I really want to cut it off about there. It's been nothing but, crickets from all the social media. And it's actually picking up quite a bit on at least X.com. Since Elon's taken over, I mean, I got to call it what it is, they're at least now I know that my posts aren't being completely ghosted. But at the same time, there's just not a huge audience over there. So YouTube constantly screwing me, constantly revising my numbers, constantly unsubscribing people is nothing but a nightmare. Facebook's the same way. There's nobody interacting on Gab or Getter. I don't even know at this point. At this point, I just feel like hitting the go live button and then just letting the chips fall where they may. But at the same time, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And hopefully things will get better. But, them's the breaks. Anyway, this has been fun chatting with you guys tonight. Two off-the-wall topics, completely linked together because pollution, privacy, and propaganda, they all go hand in hand. And where there are those who would seek to control everything in your life, there will definitely be those who will spy on everything you do. And if you are successful in getting your message out through all the firewall censorship and shadow banning, they will make propaganda about you. They will try to ruin your reputation. And I've been through all of those. Trust me when I say that. Nonetheless, we will continue unscathed and, just badly censored. Freedom of speech, not freedom of reach, as they would put it. And all that matters. So, guys, I love you, mean it. Catch you on the next one. With information comes power. With power comes great responsibility. So please use the information I provided tonight to attack ideas, not people. Love you, mean it. If the video resonates with you, leave me a comment because I love hearing from y'all. First time here, be sure to subscribe and click the bell. Yeah! Remember, it would be impossible for me to do this without your support, so please join my Patreon or buy me a coffee on PayPal. And always, attack ideas, not people.